Hello, this is Dr. Gwendolyn Butler, and we are live at the Coca-Cola Company. Today we have special guests all over the place because today is Africa Day, and we are here to celebrate women.
Hello viewers in Radio Land. Today is an extraordinary day at the Coca-Cola factory in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to Africa TV 1, Africa Radio 1. We are transmitting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Today is an extraordinary event marking the 7th anniversary of Coca-Cola African Day. Today actually focuses on women and women's empowerment. Today for our special guest here, we have Susan Mboya. As you know, she's also the director of the Women's Empowerment at Coca-Cola here in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, this occasion is to give back to the society and to see how women can be empowered in terms of growth and development for Africa, especially those in the diaspora.
So I'm here to make Africa Day at Coca-Cola, which we started probably about 4 years ago, go on very well and to enjoy myself.
So this is the Coca-Cola Company's 4th annual celebration of the Organization of African Unity. I am actually a member of the African Diaspora Network, and there are a number of events that we put on, but this is sort of our annual come-together big event to celebrate the anniversary of the Organization of African Unity, signed May 25th, 1963.
We're celebrating a long-standing commitment that this company has made to Africa and to the development and empowerment of Africans.
Our focus is really to support the company 2020 roadmap by fostering engagement, growth, and also giving back to our local communities in Africa.
I think it's a very good idea because we need to empower the youth. Even though we started off with the female, but a lot of male also need to be nurtured and also mentored. But it's a good thing to start with the young ladies.
Well, Africa is very important to us as a market. It's one of our fast-growing markets, and we want to celebrate with Africans the importance of Africa Day. We believe we have to be part of communities everywhere around the world where we live and work. And because we have such a big presence in Africa, and we have a fairly large Africa Diaspora Network here at Coca-Cola, we feel it's important that we celebrate with Africans this day.
Thank you for having me here today. I think the first way to represent women in Africa is to raise awareness. A lot of women do not think that they're powerful enough, and we have to show them what they have inside. And the second way is to promote education among women, and that is what I'm doing in Cameroon and in Africa.
I just want to make a difference in this world that we are living in. Yes. That was something that was inspired me by my mother, who's no longer here with us. She was such a wonderful woman.
Wow. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Coca-Cola Company. I welcome you on behalf of Mutar Kent, our CEO, and I always like to say this, there's 700,000 system associates of the Coca-Cola Company from around the world, so welcome. I also want to acknowledge all of our guests visiting us this afternoon. Thank you for being here. It's dangerous to name names, but I'll name a few. I also want to acknowledge Ariel, finding a wonderful colleague of mine who's here with us, and as was mentioned earlier, his wife was very actively involved in a project in South Africa, Deidre Finan. So Ariel, please thank Deidre for us. Kathy Waller, our Vice President and Controller, is here with us. And again, I want to miss names, so welcome to all. Matumbo, a wonderful philanthropist, is here visiting with us. I have the distinct honor of introducing our guest speaker, Dr. Susan Mboya. Now, there are many of us who have quote-unquote doctorates, but they're not earned. Susan happens to have an earned doctorate. Susan has had a distinguished career in marketing and in general management at the P&G company, and more recently here at the Coca-Cola Company. As was mentioned earlier, Susan has not only had a successful corporate career, she actually created a foundation, Zawadi, and she's actually educating African women.
I'm going to talk about two initiatives today. The 5x20 initiative, which I'm very fortunate to run for our region, for EAG, which is our Women's Economic Empowerment Program. And then we'll talk very briefly at the end about the foundation that Alex mentioned that I run. Thank you.
My name is Irene Barry Kireka. I'm a founder of an organization called Enable. We started a computer training program for blind children in Kenya about 3 years ago. And when we started off, these students were exposed to nothing. A class of 17 students could only have 2 textbooks in the class. And you can imagine blind students sitting in groups sharing 1 textbook. So today we have students on Facebook, they email, they use Excel, and they are totally blind. My point is the blind and the visually impaired in Kenya normally beg and prostitute to earn a living. Now, when I look at these students, I see future computer geeks, I see project managers, I see Kenya in the next few years having blind people working within our society. So my question to you is, blind girls are very good in computers, but extremely shy. So to the Zawadi project, first, I invite you to visit our program in Thika so that you can experience the students yourself.
Yes.
Second, I want to know if the Zawadi project can offer the same opportunity to the blind and visually impaired girls so that they can come into this country and get the same exposure and go back to our country and prove themselves to the rest of the society.
I mean, we consider students from every background and pride ourselves on being as diverse as possible, so very happy to talk to you offline about that. I think one thing, just to be clear, Zawadi doesn't, one of our tenets is that we have, the school makes the final decision. So we will put forward a number of candidates, but the school must make the final decision, and we do that because we want the selection to be as objective as possible. But would we work with your students to help them through the process? Absolutely.